Hello, everybody around the world. I'm LLBlueDragon, and welcome to the stream, everybody. Hello and hi, hello. Hope everyone's doing great. Hope everyone's doing fantastic today. Today we are going to continue more of Monster Prom. Now, last time that we left off, we basically completed finally the fairy ending, which honestly was really nice, and also gives us a little bit of information, of backstory about the Slayer and everything like that, which that was really cool, because honestly we never actually knew more about the Slayer other than just hunting monsters and stuff. But honestly, this was really interesting. This was a really interesting one, I'm not gonna lie. Really, really interesting. So today we're gonna continue more of finding more endings and see where this goes from here and everything like that. So with that being said, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, let's do this, do that, and then bam. There we go. Alright, let's go. Alright, skip this. Oh wait, whoop.
I can do this.
Alright, skip that. And that. Okay. Be a visionary. What would be the next big social media craze be? BS. It's your regular social network, but every time someone shares news that isn't supported by real facts, they're taxed, and the money goes to the people exposed to that BS. Greek agoras. Like a little Greek agoras reinstated in our cities, place where philosophy and arts are discussed by the greater minds. That social media I want to log into. Orbert. From now on, a social art awkward guy named Robert will do everything he commands to do through the app by its user. Okay. So I think this is more of the Welsh are here. Yep. Whoa, okay. How do you talk a cop out of arresting you? Use your gaming skills? Oh no. That is not, no. Everyone knows that a police officer has to drop any charges on you if you manage to beat them at a fair Yu-Gi-Oh card duel? What? Yu-Gi-Oh! That would be really cool, I'm not gonna lie. That would be really, really cool. You know, I really want to one day do like, do that thing that a lot of people do. You know, in like some videos that you would actually see where people would just do the Uno reverse? I want to do that one day to a waitress. I really want to one day do that. I really do want to do that. That would be so cool and funny to pull off. Alright, let's see what about the other ones. Use your acting skills. Convince the officer you're actually the police. You know what? Go for the overkill and make them pay you a fine. Okay. Use your what? Seduction skills, wink. They don't call it F the police for nothing? I'm just gonna go with Yu-Gi-Oh! What is the SES type of knowledge a lover can have? Okay, we already done all of these. This one? Okay. What would be the most appealing in a love partner? This? Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, let's go to the library. That day you spent some time on the library's PC managing your start kicker. You deceive lots of people with a sensationalist video and impossible promises. Nice. You gain 100,000 money, but almost everything goes to cover costs and you keep only 2 money. You spot Lemmy showing calculators or some images on his phone. Okay, it's this thing. To the class.
Greetings, my friends.
Yep, okay, so it's the cafeteria thing, so I'm just gonna skip this. Because we already know the answer to this. Which, this one... This one. Yep, that one's for Calculaster. Yeah, we're just gonna skip over the ones that we already know and everything.
Alright.
We can sit alone. Okay.
Show me that money.
Oh yes, we can do it! Yeah, we can do it! Let's go! We can do the police report! Yes, we can do the police report! After countless times, we can finally do the police report. Hold on, let me see. Okay, here we go. Police report! This police report reveals one of our classmates has been doing crimes. You would never guess who. Pay me to learn more about it.
Thanks.
Woo!
Alright.
Okay. Let me see. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, let's go to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. And clearly a natural-born leader. You gain 2 charm. You notice Vera all up in Calculaster's grill. She looks like she's all business, which, for Vera, is another way of saying all murder. Uh-oh. Let's see. But Vera, using my vast computational resources to secure the national bank passwords for you is a crime, and crimes are not nice. Nonsense. You know what else is a crime? Murder. And if murder isn't nice, well, then lock me up. Actually, I just gotten word from my lawyer that I ought to retract that previous statement. Forget I said anything. Oh, okay. Erasing all memories of previous 15 seconds, resuming conversation from last checkpoint. Vera, using my last computational researches to secure the national bank passwords for you is a crime, and crimes are not nice.
Ugh.
This is coming dangerously close to being a waste of time. Look out. I'm what weaker people might call found of you, but you'll give me those bank passwords, or I'll reassemble your component parts into a robot who will, got it? Uh-oh, this seems to be getting a little too intense. It's up to you to calm things down, but whose side will you take? I think... Okay, this is for Calculaster. This? There we go. Analyzing some monster. If evil, arrow money, therefore money, arrow evil. Argument is deductively valid. Crime activity. Legamized. One. Expectations detected. If Yara receives all money taken in this way, how will she avoid becoming evil? Becoming? I mean, there's nothing to worry about, Calculaster, darling. Money can't turn me evil. Because my various holding companies prevent me from ever technically having any.
I am happy.
Ah, I understand. Evading corruption is very similar to evading taxes. Excellent. I always say taxes were evil. Exception successful handled. Crime now defined as virtus transferring passwords. You're so busy enjoying the champagne brunch Vero holds to celebrate. You don't even think about the potential long-term consequences of your actions. But what else is new? You gain 2 money and 1 fun. Okay, probably the next day we'll get it.
All right.
We'll just keep on going to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Many people fall during the battle. You can't take it anymore, so you voluntarily go straight to the other team's leader and start negotiating for a truce. After hours of intense diplomacy, you commit to an agreement. What an unexpected twist. You gain 10 righteousness, but this game is so wrong in so many ways that you would be lucky if you could do any with that. You gain 2 charm. Hold on, give me 1 second. Alright, let's go. Oh, here we go. You're trying to figure out what to do with the police report you just stupidly bought, but suddenly Vera shows up to answer that exact question. Hey! Valerie said she sewed you a police report I should see. Well, I was gonna lie to you saying that I found it on the ground. But too late. She could have just given it to me directly without charging you money, but that's not the Oberlin Upperland Way. Hand it over so I can read it. Okay, I don't want to get poisoned. Oh man, you never consider actually reading the police report. This is why Vera is the crime genius in your friendship. It says here that after numerous failed attempts to bring me the justice for many crimes, the Monstropolis Police Department has dispatched an undercover officer to the spooky high school? Ooh, we got a hidden cop here! Undercover cop here! Ooh, I wonder who it could be. Ooh! This could prove to be a serious inconvenience, unless I can identify the agent. It says here their name is Officer Enchanted Armor. Oh, the one that we saw in the gallery! So it's him!
Ugh.
That could be literally anyone, but my money's on Lemmy. I've always suspected he was a student of Enchanted Armor painted purple and sent here to destroy me. Are you sure? Or perhaps it's...
Greetings, fellow kids.
Look at him! We have him now! Oh, look at him! We've seen him in the gallery and stuff, and now we get to see him! Wow! Hello, fellow students! What a fine day it is for sharing casual gossip! Any hot crimes we're doing this weekend? Dude, you have got to be the worst cop I've ever seen. You have got to be the worst undercover cop I've ever seen in my life. Why did you end it in saying any hot crimes we're doing this weekend? Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Even Golden Ramsey can be a good undercover cop or undercover boss. They could have done like a better job than you have. And also that this guy's not working! I can see that you're enchanted armor! Oh, yeah. Alright, let's go.
Ugh.
Yeah. Please, Vera. Please tell me you can notice that. Okay, wow. Yeah, wow!
Bye.
Yeah, bye. No sooner does Vera leave that Scott appears, his nose to the ground.
Hey,
Oh, hey guys! I just saw Vera leaving this place very quickly, and the last time I saw her leaving a place quickly, I found a lot of fresh, delicious meat inside. Wait, what? But it doesn't look like there's any delicious meat this time, just normal, non-suspicious friends. Hello, friends! Hi, Scott! What are you going to do?
yeah.
Sup, bro? I don't know who you are, but you just used two words I use in the same order I use them. You might be really cool. Scott is gonna give away everything. I am 100% sure that Scott is gonna give away everything. The exclamation point. Speaking of things that are cool, have you done the latest most cool internet challenge on the World Wide Web? What would that be?
Bust a move.
It is called snitching, and all the rad youths are doing it. Oh my god.
Ah,
Oh man, I had no idea. Thanks for telling me. I don't want to miss out on this cool internet challenge like I missed out on the Gallon of Salt challenge. Wait, gallon of salt? What's the gallon of salt challenge? Is it like the cinnamon challenge with the whole spoonful and everything? I'm afraid to look up. How do I do snitching? He's gonna fall right into this. It's easy, dude. Just let me record you while you talk about your favorite Vera's crime. Oh, I can do that. My favorite Vera's crime is... No, you can't let Scott sell out Vera. You got to stop him, but you got to do it subtly. Scott, wait. The moment Grand Feed just told me that snitching is last week's challenge. The new hot thing is to record yourself opening a successful pizza restaurant. No, Scott. Choosing a favorite crime won't be fair to all the great crimes Vera's done. The other crimes would be sad. Okay, let me see. This one. Oh, dang, you're right. That wouldn't be nice at all. I better list all of Vera's crimes so none of them feel left out.
Coolio.
Coolio.
Great.
Okay, crime number 1 is being a good friend.
Huh.
Crime number 2 is having great hair. Yes, keep on doing this. Keep on doing this. Crime number 3 is buying me nachos sometimes.
Lame-o.
Do you know what the word crime means? Nope, I was winging it. Okay, there we go. We saved Vera.
Huh.
Foiled again. If you'll excuse me, dudes, I have to go practice skateboarding tricks and not plot against Vera's criminal empire. I gotta save Vera.
Oh.
Oh man, I didn't even get the crime number 4, money laundering. It's a good thing he left! It's a good thing he left. If I had a bone, I would give it to you, Scott. You distract Scott with the promise of beef jerky. Okay, there we go. That's way more better. It was a little bit too close. You gained 2 bonus and 1 charm. Woo! We saved Vera.
All right.
Oh, cafeteria. Vera is spending her lunch period scheming as usual. Calculator looks on in a mechanical approximation of dismay. Wow! Is that a new outfit? I can't tell if that's a new outfit. That's cool. Now, if I can just get the poison into the next shipment of cafeteria food, the starving students will all be forced to pay me inflated prices of my passive food flakes. Okay, I think I've... No, Vera, don't do this. Why? Have you determined that it's unprofitable? No.
Pathetic.
Are you looking for a cut? Negative. Are you a robot cop? Yep. This is... I already read this before. This is probably Vera's. There we go. It appears I misunderstood your intentions, Vera. You are doing this for medical reasons. If I am, can I write off the poison as a tax deduction? According to taxfraudforcriminals.com, yes. Then yes. This changes everything. Congratulations on your ethical behavior.
Your one and only, Vera Oberlin.
Yes, I am the greatest. Vera clearly appreciates your quick thinking. Maybe she'll even give you a cut of her inflated food profits. Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Where do we go next? Let's go to classroom. That day you listened to your elders and learned valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You're getting too smart. Okay. You spot Polly trying to figure out whether Lemmy or Zoe is the purplest. This seems like a better use of your time than learning, so you join in. Okay, well, obviously Zoe is the most vivid shade of purple. But this isn't about shade, Polly. This is about the concept of purpleness itself. Well, technically, you're basically... Okay, which is the most purplest? You're basically like a mixture of purple-pink lightness, and Vera is basically the purplest with a side of maybe like a bluish into the mixture of it. So basically, I think the most purplish one is Zoe. In my opinion. Oh, I had the concept of purpleness back when I ruled the Nether Realms. Neither realms. That's why I'm so purple.
Huh?
But my suspenders are purple. No, we're talking about... No. Lemmy. We're talking about skin color, not items. But what is purple really? Discuss. Oh my god. Lemmy is going to flip. Just then, the walking suit of enchanted armor that claims to be a high school student comes clanking into the conversation.
Fellow student is in the house.
What is up, fellow kids? Asking each other questions. I see. That's LOL. What? I have a question. We can all have a fun time trying to answer. Which one of Vera's crimes is the crimiest? Oh no. Hold on. Did you just describe something as LOL? Are you having a stroke? Man. Gulp.
Eat my pants.
Haha, what? No way. Eat my pants. I am just an ordinary, healthy 16-year-old high school student like yourselves. Twerking. Oh, you guy. Again, Gordon Ramsay would be a way more better investigator rather than this. Like, you are terrible. You are terrible. Eat your pants. 16?
Huh?
Student? Who at this school is 16? I thought high school students were supposed to be in their 20s at least. Well, not unless you're like young Sheldon, that is. That's what I learned That's what I've learned from watching the human documentary Saved by the Bell. Yeah, the renowned documentary Saved by the Bell is the guideline Monster Society used to build its successful education system. Gads! It looks like my cover is blown. I must confess, I'm actually a 40-year-old Pole. There's no shame of being in your 40s and polish. I'm in my 400s and with a great appreciation of mid-European culture. I'm older than the mortal conception of time. I'm dead. just like the whole Shrek scene at the dinner table. I'm 400. I'm like older than time itself. I'm dead. You see, being a millennial dirtbag isn't about age. It's a state of mind. But how can I achieve this mind state? Don't worry, we'll all help you, especially Blue. He is probably the most millennial of us all. Okay, I don't know what millennial is. I've seen so many videos about millennials and Gen Zs and everything like that. I honestly have no idea. Like, of any of that stuff is. Like, I have no idea. Like, obviously I have no idea. Like, how that all makes, like, I just really do not know, you know? I know it's like a category of people when they're like born and stuff, but I never actually grasped the understanding of it. Like, really, I just don't. I just really, really don't. So yeah, I just don't. But I'm just gonna look up and see like what millennial is. You know, I'm just gonna see what it is. Because I have no idea. Okay, here we go. Oh, Generation Y. Individuals born between approximately 1981 and 1996. Hey, okay. Okay. So it's somewhere around that time, okay. Sure, that's the thing. So what's the one thing that really defines a millennial? To be a true millennial, you got to be blamed for ruining an industry that was becoming obsolete anyway. To be a criminal, you need a job so hard to explain that not even you are sure why you're getting paid. You know what? That last one kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense in a way. But I'm just gonna go with this one. Are you implying what I think you're implying? I think. Oh yes, Lemmy. It's time to bust up some ancient butter kerns. What? What is that? I was going to say undermine traditional new media by relying on boutique sources of information to keep current, but you said antique, so I'm in.
Huh.
But dudes, is that not vandalism? It's not vandalism if you scream, "This isn't vandalism," while you're doing it. I find this doubtful, and yet if I decline, my cover may be blown. What should I do? Now is not the time for internal monologues, my guy. Now it's time to smash antique butter churns. What is that? I have to look this up. I'm really sorry. What is that? Oh! Turners. Oh, okay. Okay, it's the spinny thing. It's a very old spinny thing. Okay, so imagine like a gear with like a spinner at the bottom, and like it's used to make milk into butter, and it's like a jar and everything, and you just like stir it. I remember my grandma having this. That, and also a maker that makes coffee, like a ground coffee maker, where you put the nuts in and you have to turn the dial, and it makes ground coffee. So that's what they're called. I learned something today. And they can still make these? Like, these are still actually made? I thought they were not even made anymore. There's one at Target that's like $40. Jesus. Wow. I guess I learned something today.
Let's bust a move.
Very well. This is not vandalism, bros. Yeah, you're just breaking an old thing. Let me get many artful pictures of the wreckage. They look great on his Monstergram and its Vera's blackmail folder. You gain 2 fun and 1 smart.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Well, we can't go to the gym, so, bathroom, I guess? That day you skipped class and just hanged out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. By skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms, you gain no S, but you gain 2 bonus. You spot Damien, Calculator, and Scott all talking to that shady suit of armor that's been lurking around school. Oh my god. You get a little bit closer to make sure they're not snitching on Vera's web of crimes.
Ooh.
And that's how Calculator convinced everyone that he was an actual student instead of a library computer.
Success achieved.
Affirmative. My success was a bit due to the clever disguise I used to pass as a student. That disguise was so good, maybe even too good. Ever since then, we all been super careful to never be fooled by a disguise again. You're literally doing it, Scott! Yeah, I pity the poor bee who tries to pass as a student now. There's no way they could trick us. Dude, he's right there. Anyway, enough about that unrelated incident. Will you buy us booze? But bros, buying alcohol for persons under 21 years of age is illegal. And as a polished person, I am opposed to legal activity. I'm over 21 of age. Damien's 2. I am only 1 year old, but I am very mature for my age. The problem is that I've been banned from the liquor store ever since I used it for jousting practice. Oh. And I just have a hard time buying things. It's like, do you spend the money or do you eat it? Who's to say? No, Scott, no, don't eat the dough. Do not eat the money. Don't eat the money. Ire.
Loser.
Come on, dude. Alcohol's not so bad. Stop being so PC. That is me. I am a PC. PC? Police cop? No, not me. That's for sure. It's just that... Yes, cover your blow. Cover! Winners don't do drugs, and alcohol is technically a drug. Wow, lame. Find a way to convince this guy to buy everyone booze. Okay, the alcohol isn't for drinking. It's to treat a wound. This wound that stabs Damien! Oh my god! We're just trying to support the local liquor store owner through hard times? You believe in small businesses, don't you? Oh my god! Oh my god. As much as I want to do this one, I'm gonna go for this one.
Oh, fantastic.
Of course I do! Cause honestly, I don't wanna stab Damien. I don't wanna do that. Although that would be funny. Of course I do! Supporting small business is the dope thing to do! Well, Tom Thumb's Gun and Liquor is the smallest business of all. And poor Tom, he's really struggling lately. His profits has declined 42.9% during the current fiscal year. and he's not making as much money as he used to make.
Lame-o.
That is the opposite of rad. Wait, I can't tell if you're angry or sad. Which is it? Yes, how can we tell? Sad, obviously. My real actual heart bleeds for this man and his tiny business.
Aha!
Oh, I think the problem is that you don't have a face for us to read emotions off of. Here, let me fix it. Oh my god, this makes this disguise so much better! Oh my god! Scott, you are a genius! You are a genius! Yes! Now this makes the disguise way more better! They should have added that on the icon here. Oh, I love it! From a scary face to a little kawaii face. Oh my god! Oh my god. Ah yes, I feel very emotional now. I must be all my H! What the heck? No. In my experience, simulating emotions requires a touch more realism. Allow me to demonstrate. Oh, calculus, what are you gonna do?
Ah.
Oh god, this is better! Just a tiny little face! Oh my god, yes! A tiny little smiley face! Yes! This is better than the other one! Oh, I love it! I love this! Is it working? Do I look devastated? Oh god, is Damien gonna do something? Am I the only one at this effing high school with any native artistic talent? Let me handle this. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh! Just drawing it on his armor? Ah, I can see again. This fills me with joy. But you're sad. But you're sad. You're sad. Honestly, I love all the ideas, but if I gotta have to choose one, it'll be calculusters. I love the tiny little face. I like the tiny little face. I love that. I love that. No. You're sad. Get it? Sad. Right, yes, I am sad for the small business owner. I will now save the day by purchasing his alcohol.
Ah.
Oh, that's what we were doing. Enough dressing up. It's time to get turned up. You probably could have just bought the booze yourself, but then you wouldn't have gained 2 fun and 1 charm. Oh my god. Alright, let's go to Vera's table. You approach Vera, who is conspicuously cutting up an enormous stack of credit cards and feeding the pieces to her snake. Zoe is sitting across the table, staring intensely, and Vera and frantically scribbles into a notebook. A little privacy, please. This is obviously a business luncheon, which means that it's a write-off. Zoe's longest purple tentacle creeps an inch closer to Vera, then Zoe scoots her long chair a little closer. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Back up, I bite. Interesting. Are you even listening to me? This is a life or death situation for you, dork. I think it's vice versa, Vera, but either way, you guys are very terrifying. Even though one is nicer than the other. Not what I would have expect. Dang it, Zoe, besides my obvious beauty, interesting charm, and tremendous wealth, what are you looking at? Oh, is it obvious? Oh, it's not obvious? Zoe lifts over a notebook to reveal a massive chart of Vera's snakes, all of the different shifts between them. There are so many arrows and symbols and snakes that you're worried she might actually be summoning some kind of fanfic demon? Oh my god. At first I was really into my main ship of front left snake with back center snake. They just have a really natural pairing, you know? Oh my god. But then I started thinking about the rivalry between all three front snakes and how it could be this kind of triangle rivalry hate-esque kind of thing. Zoe. And honestly, that just really got me into questioning about the roles of the Snakeverse. Like, can they get married? Can they move positions on the head? Do they have tails that are inside your head? And Zoe! Vera, you just have to tell me, how do snakes poop? I have to know! What? That is enough. You're hereby banished from this table. Go ship my snakes from a safe distance before I get a restraining order, you little purple disaster. Uh-oh. You decide to intervene because you care about your friends. 1, you care about your friends. 2, you don't want to see them kill each other. And 3, you've been wondering about the whole snake poop thing yourself. Oh my god. Okay. Here, maybe knowing the allegations, preferences and sentiments of your snakes could be the ultimate trick for the silkiest, most dangerous hair ever. Zoe, I think I stumbled on the ultimate viewership chart look. Vera's hair and Vera X being left alone. Okay, which one's which? Okay, this is probably Zoe's and this is Vera's. There we go. Wow, shipping Vera with the abstract concept of being alone? Is that even possible? It's the ultimate match, I assure you. So simple, yet so genius. Well, I won't stand in the way of true love. Do you mind if I fan art this? Go ahead. I'll invoice you for usage of my likeness, and I'll take a 99% cut of any gross merchandising and international signing rights for the visual design of the abstract concept of loneliness. Oh, whoops. I'll get started right away. You manage to get Vera some alone time, and you get her another licensed property to mercenarily milk for cash.
That has been quite pleasing.
I suppose you're not totally useless. Keep it up, and I might decide to learn your name. Oh, okay.
All right.
Alright, this must be the last day. Let's do Charm. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Amidst the battle, you spot a fellow player that seems early discouraged. She thinks she's not worthy anything at dodgeballing, and she attempts to throw a ball at herself. You explain to her the many ways you think she's unique and wonderful, while also defending the many pleasures in life. With your help, she's capable of finding reasons to keep playing and gains a sense of self-worth. You gain one BFF. Sadly, she's not part of this game, so that beautiful friendship will take place off-screen in 2 charms. Alright, here we go. But suddenly, you get distracted by some ruckus caused by Scott, who seems to be super enthusiastic about something. Oh god, what is it?
Great.
I'm telling you, fellow student, I'm pretty sure City is into you. I don't know, Scott. She's the girlfriend of Johnny Karate, and I might be kind of old for her. Nonsense, bro. She's a lit. She's like 200 years old or something.
Lame-o.
Oh, still, I'm not sure Johnny Karate is already mad at us after we defeated his band of the rock band contest the other day. Scott, god dang, what are you doing?
Aha!
Well, Vera, so the other day, fellow student and I were at the Battle of the Bands, and Johnny Karate sabotaged our equipment, but then fellow student rocked the best guitar solo ever. And then Sandy showed up, and you never imagined what happened next.
Ugh.
Stop it, Scott. Can't you see that this guy isn't what he says to be? He's using the most obvious disguise ever. A disguise? Whoa, I don't know. But it's true you're the master of disguises. Like last week when you dressed as a security guard to rob that bank. No, Scott! Stop! 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 Stop!
Huh.
Aha! Oh no! Oh no! Be ready for a twist. You might have never seen this coming, but I'm
You got me.
not a student! Gasp! Scott, you ruined Vera. You ruined Vera. You just uncovered Vera!
You got me.
I'm an undercover cop who has been stunningly gathering proof of Vera Oblin's crime empire. And you just gave me everything I need to send her to jail once and for all. Oh no.
Aw.
Fellow students, stop! Leave Vera alone. You said she has to go to jail because she's a criminal and an unethical person? But one time I went to a party with her in a very fancy attic, and she told me she would love to have a fancy attic herself one day.
Touchdown!
So I can assure you Vera is not unethical. She's all about ethics. Also, she might be a criminal, yes, but aren't we all criminals in our hearts? Yes, she might have committed murder and extortion and money laundering, but she used that very clean money to buy me some burgers last night. So I think her biggest crime has been the crime of caring for her friends. Oh, Scott, that's so sweet of you to say. But also that's more of ways that she can also go to jail for. Haven't you committed that crime too? You know you did. I know deep down you care. And now you're telling me you weren't our classmate all this time, but an undercover cop? You know what I think? Oh God, Scott. Maybe you thought you were a cop trying to catch Vera all this time, but in reality, you were an undercover friend. Think about it. No, really think about it. My head is hurting a bit for tugging so much thoughts at once. Scott, I didn't want to betray your trust. You're a good person and I appreciate it, but it's my job. Fellow student seems to have doubts. Maybe he just needs a gentle push in the right direction to stop Vera going to prison and stop Scott from being sad. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. It says, if you stop being a fellow student, you have to stop being your central KK basketball cap. You look too good in that basketball cap just to give up on it now. You can't do this, fellow student. Remember all the good moments we share over summer camp. Which I don't remember. But we're going for it anyway! Dot. Summer camp? Yes, remember, Damien was there. And maybe... Dala?
Awesome-tastic!
Oh, yes! We shared spooky stories around the campfire. Snuck into the abandoned haunted manor in the woods and won the ultimate camp dome. Did you? Did we? Yeah, did they? Isn't Monster Camp like the sequel to Monster Prom? You know, the one that got kickstarted around midnight 2019? Which honestly, we will be playing that soon. Very soon. Once that we're almost like done with this, we'll actually start that one. Promise. Promise. We'll definitely do more. We'll definitely do more Monster Prom. We'll never finish Monster Prom!
Great.
And what's more important, we swore to be friends forever and never ever lie to each other or send each other friends to jail. And Vera's my friend.
Word.
You're right, Scott. That was a very specific oath that made little sense back then, but I am a man of my word. Although, I also swore to fight injustice. Sure, and I get that Vera's crime empire is not super nice, but isn't the biggest injustice out there the fact that Cindy is with John Carty unaware of what a jerk he is? I don't know. According to our investigation, Vera is involved in money laundering, election rigging, and illegal volleyball. How can volleyball be illegal?
Mediocre.
But isn't Johnny Karate like a very big jerk?
Lame-o.
He is! Grr, I hate Johnny Karate. Scott, please, help me look for more upside.
Great.
Okay! Johnny Karate! Oh! He had a face! I skipped that! I didn't realize! He had a goofy face and I skipped that over. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. You're free to go this time, Vera Obline, but try not to do so many crimes, okay? You need to be a better person. I promise, but it'll be lying, and I'm trying to be a better person.
Bye.
Bye.
Radical.
Okay, Scott, it's time for us to rehearse for the next gig on the Battle of the Bands. We'll teach that Johnny Karate for being a jerk.
Hooray!
Hooray! Scott and fellow student jump and high-five in the air while a rad guitar riff sounds out of nowhere. They stayed frozen in the air somehow. He gained 2 fun and 1 bonus out of the awesomeness of the moment. Okay. Alright, I guess we go alone.
Sure thing. Alright.
Alright, here we go. Yes, no one to prom, because who needs a date for prom when you can go stage with your most tubular friend ever?
Coolio.
Hey Blue, you want to go to prom together as Coolio friends? Sure, man!
Fleek.
That's so fleek!
Tubular.
I was so focused on being an undercover cop that I forgot what life isn't about justice, it's about being tubular. Bros before laws. We should have crazy adventures and high five forever. Yeah!
Bust a move.
Let's bust a move! And you live a totally tubular life. And you all made an oath that you would lose your V during that summer. And that was super easy since all you seem to do in this game is flirt and F monsters, so most of you weren't even V's to begin with. This would be an issue for fellow student who had totally forgotten he had a wife and 3 children back at home, but that would be a problem to care about in the fall. Oh my god. Because that summer was...
I'm more than a fellow student. I'm a fellow friend.
Fleek! Whoa! Doing tricks on the skateboard! Nice! You won the Battle of the Bands. Yeah! You work together in a burger joint even if it meant fellow student have to leave the force. Oh my god, he lost his job! And by the end of the summer, fellow student and City kissed. Johnny Karate was so mad, lol. Man, we got like 20 more endings to go. Nice. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened and it was wonderful. Calculator uploaded his mind into the net and finally became the internet. Now surfing the web is 200% nicer. Lemmy owned his modes and mineral skills and got a job with it. He now designs Monstergram filters. Polly graduated for doing lots of ayahuasca, and now she appears to hallucinate people and acts as their spirit animal. For those 3 weeks, Monster Prom seems larger than life, and then it was gone just like that. The Battle of Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Nice. I found like 2 new images at the gallery. Nice. Let's see. Cool. Everyone's just so shocked. More art. Hey, there he is! Full gear and everything! That's a very cool disguise. I love that part with all the emotions and everything. That one was so cute. I love that. I love that. Alrighty, so with that being said, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm probably going to have to end here, guys. We did a lot today. We actually completed Vera's quest. We actually did Vera's thing about police quest and everything. So proud that we actually finished that ending and everything. Was spectacular. What's really funny with like everybody at the bathroom scene and everything with Calculaster, Damien, and Scott with all the faces and everything, that was so funny and cute. That was so funny. So funny. I liked that. Really did like that. So yeah. So with that being said, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm probably going to have to end here, guys. Tomorrow, I'll continue more of this. I'll let you guys know on Twitter and Instagram on when I'm going to be live. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in this world. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all laters. Bye! Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye.